Have you ever felt like you've become invisible after turning 60? As if everyone around you no longer notices you, their eyes just glide past you like they do over a chair or a lamppost on the street. That feeling is truly painful. I have heard so many of my patients share that they're no longer cared for by their wives like before. Their children and grandchildren are busy with their phones and friends, and when they themselves look in the mirror, they don't see anything to be proud of. But today, I want to share with you a small secret. With just one spoonful of baking soda, yes, that cheap baking powder you keep in your kitchen cabinet, it can change how you feel about yourself, refresh your skin, eliminate body odor, and most importantly, reignite the confidence you thought was lost forever. I am Dr. Laura. For more than 25 years, I have walked alongside thousands of patients over 60. People who once thought their lives had entered a dull chapter with nothing left to look forward to. But I have witnessed them transform thanks to small, natural, and scientific tips like this. There was a 72-year-old gentleman who came into my clinic for the first time with a sad face. He said, "Doctor, I no longer feel like a man. I feel like a shadow in my own house. No one notices me." After I guided him on how to take care of his body, especially with this small baking soda tip, just a week later, he came back with a radiant smile. He said, "Doctor, yesterday my wife asked me, 'Why do you smell so fresh these days? Why does your skin look so healthy and rosy?'" Hearing that almost brought me to tears. I still remember the sparkling joy in his eyes that day. He didn't just change his skin, he changed the way he saw himself, the way his wife saw him, and the way the whole world reflected his value back to him. You see, many people think baking soda is just baking powder for making cakes or deodorizing the fridge. But in reality, it has strong alkalinity, helping to neutralize excess acid on the skin, providing mild anti-inflammatory effects, acting as a natural exfoliant, eliminating body odor, and stimulating blood circulation under the skin, brightening the skin, smoothing it, and reducing dark spots. I have seen it help many older male patients become much more confident. They no longer feel ashamed when going to the gym, no longer avoid others' eyes, and most importantly, they no longer feel invisible. I know you're thinking, what's so great about baking soda? I use it all the time and haven't noticed any changes. That's because you haven't used it the right way. Just the right dosage, the right formula, and the right frequency, it will become your secret weapon. In today's video, I will share in detail how to use baking soda to brighten dark areas of your skin, eliminate long-standing body odor, cleanse and tighten pores without causing dryness or irritation, along with the harmful mistakes many people are making that cause baking soda to backfire, drying out their skin, and even causing mild burns. I want you to listen very carefully because just one small change each week can make you feel completely different. Can you imagine one morning as you step out of the shower, your skin is smooth, clean, and naturally fresh smelling? Your wife looks at you with surprise, and when you step out onto the street, even if no one says anything, you can feel the confidence radiating from your own eyes and your stride. That is something every man deserves to experience at any age. And today, I will show you how to do it. Don't take your eyes off this video because the next part will change the way you take care of yourself forever. I understand that, listening up to this point, you might still be skeptical because for so many years, you've heard countless tips online about baking soda, about all sorts of natural remedies, but in the end, they remain just theories. And perhaps you're asking yourself, who is this woman? And why should I believe her? So let me tell you a little about my journey. I am Dr. Laura. I have spent over 25 years researching, teaching, and taking care of the health of thousands of patients, especially the elderly in America. I am not only a doctor of natural medicine, but also a geriatric psychologist, directly treating patients who live with feelings of being forgotten, abandoned, and feeling worthless to society and their families. I understand very clearly that when a man loses his confidence, no longer feels worthy of attention, it is not just a fleeting sadness, but a very deep psychological wound. It silently erodes their will to live, causing them to withdraw, speak less, interact less, and then their overall health declines as well. That is exactly why I always seek natural, safe, easy to implement methods that deliver real results so that each patient leaving my clinic can apply them immediately in their daily lives. Baking soda is one of the golden secrets I have shared with many male patients over 60. They come to me with many worries. Unpleasant body odor due to changes in sweat glands with age, dry and darkened skin that makes them lose confidence, or simply the constant feeling of stuffiness, heaviness, and uncleanliness despite frequent bathing. Many have told me, "Doctor, I shower twice a day, but my wife still says I smell strange." Or some sigh, "I don't dare wear short-sleeve shirts because the skin on my arms is so rough and dark it looks awful." I can't count how many of those aged faces lit up again after just a few weeks of applying the correct method with baking soda. They come to see me again with confident smiles, telling me their wives have started complimenting how fresh they smell. Their grandchildren no longer avoid them but prefer sitting next to grandpa, and they themselves feel happy looking at themselves in the mirror each morning. But I must also be honest, I am not someone who brings magic. I am a doctor, and I always remind my patients, there is no way to transform your life overnight, but there are small changes that will create great results if you maintain them. Baking soda will not make you look 20 years younger, but it will help you remove layers of dull dead skin cells, eliminate accumulated bacterial odors, brighten your skin, help cleanse your pores, and reduce the risk of folliculitis and dermatitis, issues that become more common as you age. Most importantly, it helps you feel clean, confident, and each time you step out of the house, you no longer bow your head out of embarrassment about body odor or fear others seeing your dry, darkened skin. Throughout my career, I have never shared any method that I have not tried myself or seen work on my patients. And baking soda is no exception. I have recommended it to patients aged 60 to 85, both men and women, from those who are healthy to those with underlying conditions such as type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Because this is a safe, inexpensive, easily available, easy-to-do solution with no side effects if done correctly. That is the greatest value I want to give you today. And if you patiently listen to the next part, I will guide you step by step in the most detailed way so that you can start tonight, right in your small bathroom, without any expensive equipment or cost. I know right at this moment, you might be thinking, baking soda? I've heard about it hundreds of times. It's just baking powder. What's so special about it? That is the biggest misconception most of my patients have before they actually try it and understand how it works. We often underestimate things that are too familiar, too cheap, thinking that if it were really that good, why has no one ever clearly told me before? But remember, big cosmetic or pharmaceutical companies will never encourage you to use baking soda instead of their products. Because if all you needed was a few dollars to buy baking soda to achieve cleansing, exfoliating, deodorizing, and brightening effects, then who would they sell their creams that cost tens or hundreds of dollars to? Throughout many years of practicing, I have seen hundreds of products labeled as anti-aging, skin rejuvenation, natural deodorant, gentle exfoliant being heavily advertised. But in reality, their main ingredient is still just sodium bicarbonate, which is baking soda, plus some preservatives and fragrances. But when packaged in a luxurious glass jar, labeled organic, its price is multiplied 20 or 50 times. And sadly, many people are still willing to buy it because they think the more expensive, the better. While right there in their kitchen cabinet, the box of baking soda quietly sits, unnoticed for its true power. Today, I want you to change your perspective. Don't see baking soda as just baking powder. See it as a wonderful natural gift that helps you cleanse, rejuvenate, and feel more confident every day. I promise you one thing, and this is not an empty promise. If you use baking soda correctly with the right frequency, combined with a few simple steps that I will guide you through in detail in the next part, you will see the difference in just 1 week. The skin on your underarms, elbows, and heels will become brighter and smoother. The unpleasant body odor caused by long accumulated bacteria will significantly reduce. And most importantly, the feeling of confidence, the feeling of I am clean, I am healthy, I am worthy of attention will return to you. That is the greatest change I want to bring to you. I still remember one of my male patients, 68 years old. He was a former soldier, still with a muscular build. But his skin was darkened, and his underarms and groin always had an unpleasant smell that made him feel ashamed. His wife no longer wanted to be close to him because of that body odor. He came to see me in despair, eyes welling up with tears as he said, "Doctor, I shower twice a day, but the smell doesn't go away. I'm afraid my wife finds me disgusting." That very day, I guided him on how to use baking soda to cleanse his underarms, groin, and elbows. A week later, he came back with a radiant smile. He said, "Doctor, you know what? My wife said I smelled as clean as when we first got married. She no longer avoids me." Hearing that, I knew I had helped another man regain his dignity and value. And I want you to have that too. No need to spend millions on cosmetics. No need for expensive spa treatments. Just trust in a natural method that has been scientifically proven and successfully applied by thousands of my patients. That is my promise to you today. Baking soda not only brightens your skin, but also rekindles the light within you. And I will guide you in detail in the next part so that you can start tonight before going to bed. Because you deserve to feel clean, confident, and radiant, whether you're 60, 70, or 80 years old. Now, I will guide you step by step so that tonight you can apply it yourself without worrying about doing it wrong or causing irritation. Remember, baking soda is very strong. Even though it is natural and inexpensive, if used incorrectly, it can make your skin dry and even damage its natural protective barrier. Therefore, listen very carefully to each step I am about to tell you. First, you need to prepare pure baking soda, food grade type, without any added fragrance or cleaning agents. You can find it in the spice aisle, near the salt and baking powder at the supermarket. Do not choose the type of baking soda sold as a fridge deodorizer because it may be contaminated with impurities and is not safe for your skin. Next, each time you do this, you only need exactly 1 teaspoon of baking soda, no more. Then put it in a small bowl, add 1 teaspoon of clean filtered water, and gently stir it into a paste. It should not be as runny as water, nor as dry as powder. If you accidentally add too much water, just add a bit more baking soda until you reach a thick enough consistency to stick to your skin. After showering thoroughly with mild soap and warm water, and drying your body, use your finger to take this mixture and gently apply it to the areas you want to cleanse and brighten, such as your underarms, elbows, knees, heels, or groin. Massage in circular motions, gently, without scrubbing hard because the skin in these areas of older adults is usually thinner and more sensitive. Imagine you are polishing a precious item that has not been cared for in a long time. You would never scrub it harshly with sandpaper, but instead, wipe it gently with respect and care. Your body deserves to be loved the same way. Massage for about 30 to 45 seconds, and you will feel the tiny baking soda particles rolling on your skin, removing dirt, dead skin cells, and accumulated excess oil. Then rinse thoroughly with warm water. No need to use additional soap. Pat dry with a soft towel, and most importantly, you must immediately apply a gentle moisturizer or pure coconut oil. Because baking soda is alkaline, if you do not moisturize, it will quickly dry out your skin. I recommend that you only do this 1 to 2 times per week, absolutely not every day, because exfoliating too often will erode your skin's natural protective layer, making it weak and prone to irritation and cracking. If your skin is too sensitive or you have open wounds, abrasions, or eczema, wait until your skin is fully healed before starting. Many of my patients, after doing this, have told me that even the first time, they could feel the difference. Their skin felt softer, cleaner, and body odor significantly reduced. And after 2 to 3 weeks, areas of long-term darkened skin also began to gradually lighten. But more important than anything is their confident smile as they step out of the house. No longer feeling shy, no longer bowing their heads in embarrassment. You see, with just 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 minute each week, you can achieve something that many expensive cosmetic products may not be able to do, and that is to give you the feeling that you are valuable, that you are clean, healthy, and that you deserve to be noticed and loved. And that is the greatest gift I want to give you today. However, before you begin applying it, I need you to remember very carefully the mistakes that many of my patients have made when they first used baking soda. These mistakes may seem harmless, but if repeated many times, they can weaken your skin, make it dry and rough, and instead of feeling more confident, you may end up feeling even more self-conscious because of new injuries. The first mistake I often see is using baking soda every day. Many people think that if 1 to 2 times per week is good, then using it daily will produce faster results. This is a dangerous misconception. Baking soda is strongly alkaline. It helps neutralize acids on the skin surface, removes dead skin cells, and kills odor-causing bacteria. But if you use it every day, it will excessively strip away the natural oils, removing your skin's protective barrier, causing dryness, cracking, and even red, rough patches, burns, and irritation. I once treated a 64-year-old patient who used baking soda to exfoliate his hands daily because he thought it would brighten them faster. But after only 10 days, his hands became so dry that they cracked and bled, and it took nearly 2 months of continuous moisturizing to recover. The second mistake is using baking soda on skin that has open wounds, inflamed pimples, or abrasions. I understand the urge to cleanse dark areas or unpleasant odors immediately, but when your skin is injured and its protective layer is weakened, using baking soda at this time will cause stinging, burning, delayed healing, and may even worsen inflammation. Wait until the wound is completely dry, fully healed, and no longer oozing before starting your cleansing and exfoliating routine with baking soda. The third mistake is not moisturizing after use. This is the most common error. Baking soda can leave your skin looking instantly clean and smooth, but if you do not moisturize, a few hours later your skin will start to feel tight, dehydrated, and prone to irritation. I advise my patients to always apply a gentle, fragrance-free moisturizer or pure coconut oil or almond oil after using baking soda. This not only locks in moisture and softens the skin, but also creates a protective layer, helping the skin to recover better. The fourth mistake is mixing baking soda directly with hot water. Many people think that hot water will dissolve it faster and penetrate deeper. In reality, hot water destabilizes baking soda and also dilates blood vessels and irritates the skin more quickly, especially in people over 60 with thinner skin and weaker capillaries. Always use room temperature filtered water or slightly warm water, never hot water. Finally, the most dangerous mistake is using baking soda to cleanse the entire body or applying it to the face too frequently. Facial skin is much thinner than other areas of the body. If you want to use it for your face, you need to do a patch test on your jawline for 24 hours to ensure no irritation, and you should only use it once a week at most with a more diluted mixture, without scrubbing hard. I am not telling you these things to make you afraid of baking soda. On the contrary, I want you to understand it correctly, use it correctly, and fully enjoy the benefits it brings. Because baking soda is truly a wonderful gift from nature. If you respect it, it will give you clean, smooth, confident skin. Something I firmly believe you deserve to have, whether you are 60, 70, or 80 years old. You know, throughout my 25 years as a doctor, I have witnessed so many sorrowful faces light up again thanks to small changes like this. Baking soda is not a miracle. I have never and will never promise my patients anything fanciful. But baking soda is a simple gift that nature has given us. Just one small spoonful, a few minutes each week, but it can bring you a feeling of cleanliness, brightness, and confidence, something many men over 60 thought they had lost forever. I want you to imagine, tomorrow morning when you wake up, you walk into the bathroom, look in the mirror, and see that your skin is no longer dark and dull, but instead has a smooth, lightly bright, clean surface. When you put on a light-colored shirt, you no longer fear yellow stains under your arms or lingering sweat odors. When you sit close to your wife, you will notice her eyes become softer, more affectionate, and when you go outside, even if no one says anything, you will clearly feel the confidence radiating from the way you walk, the way you hold your head high. This is not just about cleansing the skin. This is about cleansing the self-consciousness that has clung to you for so many years. I always tell my patients, your body is a gift. Don't treat that gift carelessly just because of age. Start caring for yourself with the smallest changes because it is those little things that create the greatest differences in life. And today I believe you now have for yourself a wonderful tool, 1 spoonful of baking soda, 1 minute each week, but it gives you a lifetime of confidence. If you find this video helpful, I hope you will like the video so I know you are still here with me. Please share this video with other men you care about, your brother, your close friend, or anyone who feels they have become invisible in this life. Because who knows, just one small share from you might help them find the light within themselves again. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I will continue sharing with you many more natural, safe, simple, yet incredibly powerful tips to keep you healthy, confident, and living fully every day. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I know that those who have the patience to listen to this entire video are people who truly care about their health and their own worth. Be proud of that. Be proud that even though you are 60, 70, or 80 years old, you still choose to care for yourself. You still want to shine. You still want to live the best life possible. And I am proud to accompany you on that journey. See you in the next videos. Wishing you a peaceful and healthy day.